All right. Hello, Muskegon. Hello, Muskegon. You see, we have a celebrity in the building.
Big time.
Big time. You know, every time
Big
she ran
time.
for state office, even the first time you ran for Secretary of State, we have always had you on
Yeah.
radio. And so I think out of all the candidates, you've probably been one of the most interviewed on our station.
And I hope to be as governor as well.
There you
Be
go.
the governor that you've had more than anyone else.
Secretary of State.
I love coming by here. Thanks for having me.
You know, Michigan was in the spotlight. I know we're going to talk about you being a governor, but y'all president put Michigan in the spotlight a couple weeks ago.
He loves to do that.
Yeah, and talking about the elections. So, and
Yeah.
you in charge of the elections.
Uh-huh.
Was it?
You know, I
Wait,
always
she
say
said
he comes
that.
for me at his peril. I'm really proud that as the chief election administrator for Michigan
Uh-huh.
for the last near decade, we have transformed democracy, right? We are now ranked number 2 in the country for safe and secure elections, up from 31 just a few years ago. We've had back-to-back the highest turnout elections in our state's history. We lead the nation in youth vote turnout. And yet we've achieved that success while the president of the United States himself has tried to overturn elections because he lost and doesn't like that he lost. And so he's trying to pressure election officials and others to bend to his will. But here in Michigan, we don't bend to anyone's will but the voters. So with that, we've been, he tried to pressure me to turn over the private information of voters in this state. And I said, no, and I'll see you in court. And we won.
You won. Wow. Were you surprised that it still came up in this nationwide big
Yes.
prime time speech?
Yes and no. I mean, we know the path the presidency runs through Michigan. We know the eyes of the nation are on our state. It has been that way throughout my time as Secretary of State, and will continue to be during my time, hopefully, as governor. So we embrace that spotlight because we know the truth. He can spread lies all he wants. It doesn't change the fact that Michigan's elections are safe and secure, and the results are an accurate reflection of the will of the voters. That's true. We've held hundreds of audits that reinforce that fact. We have thousands of election administrators and poll workers and clerks all across the state who show up every day from both sides of the aisle to make sure your vote is secure. So our job as citizens is to not let the lies win, to not allow even the president of the United States to discourage us from voting or distract us from the truth, which is that Michigan's elections are among the best in the nation.
Wow. So early voting has started, right?
Mhm.
How do you feel about your nomination? I haven't seen Mr. Swanson. He's still running?
You'll have to ask him that. I don't know. I'm just
Y'all,
focused
y'all
on-
haven't had any
Message
debates or
out.
anything?
We actually had 3 forums, one with the UAW, one with the MEA, and one on gun violence in the city of Detroit. They were really great. And, you know, Sheriff Swanson's a friend. I'm really focused on the general and hopefully earning the support of my party to represent the Democratic Party and help build a team, a real coalition of results-oriented leaders, Democrats who will win up and down the ticket this November, and ensure we're restoring leadership to the state in the legislature in particular that gets things done, that passes budgets that invest in communities like Muskegon, help small businesses grow, drive down the cost of healthcare. We've got real problems to solve here in Michigan. So I've been proud we're on this continual tour around the state. I'm proud to be here in Muskegon today talking about my plan to drive down costs, raise wages, fight corruption, and protect the safety of every community in the state.
Is there a common ground that the progressive Democrats and the moderate Democrats can find? You know,
Yeah, I think so. It's all about costs. I mean, no matter, even if you're a Republican, independent, Democrat, any part of the coalition, we all know the price of healthcare is out of control.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Everywhere I go, the price of housing, property taxes, and electricity bills that are going up when our outages are going up too. The problems are universal, and we need leaders who just know how to get things done to actually reduce costs. And our wages are stagnant. I mean, a lot of jobs in the state pay under $60,000. That's unsustainable in this economy. We need a governor who's going to grow our economy, create more well-paying jobs, drive down costs, and I believe that's also what the Democratic Party is about. Because to do that, you have to represent the people, not corporations. You
Right.
have to stand up to corruption wherever it may be. And look, I've stood up to the president of the United States, and I have won time and time again. I know how to take on folks who don't care about the people and stand up for the will of the people every day.
How do we stop these utility bill increasing? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm slowly. I mean, I don't even use my air conditioner at home, and my bill is still the same or higher than
Or
last
higher.
year.
Yeah. We see these rate increases again and again, and you don't see any results. Our outages are among the highest in the Midwest. We
Right.
have to modernize our grid. We have to invest in clean energy resources and basically focus on building infrastructure so that our electricity bills go down and not up. And to do that requires a governor who's going to take on anyone who's just trying to raise rates for profit-driven reasons, and instead demand that we modernize our technology, modernize our electricity grid, and through that drive down costs.
Well, Jocelyn Benson's in the studio. She's running for the governor of the state of Michigan, the current Secretary of State. We've seen what you've done, Secretary of State. I really like the mobile Secretary of State. You know,
Oh, yeah.
the tags and Myers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get my groceries and get my tags.
Yeah, make
Oh,
it easy.
my
Make
God.
it easy.
Yeah.
You know what we should be doing? When we talk all this politics stuff, but at the end of the day, we just need government to like show up when you need it and then get out of the way when you don't, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I've run as Secretary of State. How can I make your life easier? How can I save you time when you go to the Secretary of State office? How can we make it easy to get your license renewed? That's it. How can we drive down healthcare costs? How can we make it easier to build homes so that they're not as expensive here in Michigan? All these things root back to just a leaders and a government that kind of shows up when you need it, saves you time, saves you money, and makes your life easier.
What citizens in my home city of Muskegon Heights have some of the worst roads probably in the country. I've seen better roads in Africa and Rwanda and South Africa and Kenya than in my home city. What can and I know there's different stipulations. What can be done to help them out? Because they vote with the Democratic Party 90% of the time in that city, but they feel like they're being neglected on a local level, the state level, federal level. We send money overseas. We bail out other countries.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there. You getting your axles fixed every other year. What can be done about that?
Well, I think you need officials who are going to show up for Muskegon Heights and actually walk the roads and see how bad they are and invest in them. It's also not lost on me that a lot of times statewide leaders focus on, Grand Rapids or Detroit or Southeast Michigan. That's why I love coming here to Muskegon, because I feel like you've got so many opportunities to grow.
Right.
Muskegon and Muskegon Heights. You've got an amusement park. You've got the water. You've got a lakeshore. You've got amazing history of building things. So one of my priorities as governor is going to be really investing in Muskegon, not just the roads, but job creation, healthcare access, showing up for this community more than we've seen. And that's also why I'm in town today, to help make sure I've got a team in Lansing, in the state Senate, in the state House, so that we're actually ensuring we're getting that investment to our schools here, to our roads, to our infrastructure, to our pipes, which need to be restored so you've got clean water, and that it's, you can thrive here in Muskegon. My goal as governor will be to make sure, working with the residents of this community in Muskegon Heights, that we are creating more jobs here, driving down costs, and that we can, at the end of my hopefully 2 terms in office, look back and say, wow, Muskegon's the economic engine of Michigan. With all the you've got an airport here.
Right.
Yeah.
Why aren't we using that more to bring in money and jobs in this area?
Right.
And so Muskegon and Saginaw to me are the 2 parts of our state that, with a little bit of support and more investment from the state, can really grow and thrive. And I'm eager to see that needle move here.
Some of the Democrats felt betrayed a couple of weeks ago. I'll be honest with you about the veto that Governor Whitmer did. How can we make sure that that Jocelyn Benson doesn't go against her party on some of these items they've been fighting for, fought very hard for, to get pushed through, then to get on your desk and get vetoed? How can we make sure? They make sure I'm a martyr. I'm independent. How can I make sure that doesn't happen if you become governor?
Yeah, well, I'm committed to those 9 bills, getting them passed. So we have to update them to, with dates and things. But I've already asked some folks in the legislature to reintroduce them right away. I think some we could even maybe get through this session, if not next year. But this is also why we need to elect a trifecta to get into office, to pass these bills, so that I can sign good policies into law that weren't they were common sense policies, like making sure our correction officers are better paid, making sure our teachers have better retirement benefits, which is personal to me as a daughter of public school teachers. So I want to see those bills come back to the legislature. I want to sign them into law as governor. And I think the bigger issue is making sure we're collectively collaborating throughout my time as governor. A lot of the challenges right now, frankly, that you see are because we've got a divided legislature. If we can elect Democrats to run and take and lead in the House and in the Senate, I'll be able to have a great governing coalition to actually get things done.
So what are your thoughts on Muskegon getting a casino. That's been out there for like
Yeah,
20 some years.
I'm interested in your thoughts because I mean, to me, it's really, what do the residents want? I mean, I've seen how in Detroit casinos can change the economy and grow the economy, but you can't do any development, no matter how significant it might be, without the input and approval of local residents. So that would be my first question as governor. What do the people of Muskegon want here? What are the economic benefits, and what else can we do to grow jobs here so that we don't, I think there's a lot of ways we can bring new jobs, bring corporations to the state, create affordable housing here in Muskegon, which I know oftentimes does limit employers from locating here because they want to know their employees can have a place to live here. So my focus as governor will be improving our schools, improving our infrastructure, creating affordable housing in Muskegon so that we can attract and investing in the workforce so that we've got educational opportunities for everyone, so that we can bring lots of employers here, and we don't have to rely on just one big potentially controversial project like the casino to help turn around the economy.
People did vote for it. They did vote. It was 20 years ago, but they did vote. And I think if it came to a vote again, they will support it because a lot of them do go to Gun Lake, to Little River. And we got a lot of people coming in. You got bike time, 100,000 folks coming in, and Convention Center.
Yeah.
We got the Lake Express. We have, we got some big festivals. And you mentioned amusement park. A lot of those people come here and they leave that day.
Yeah.
They get on the highway.
More hotels here.
Yeah.
We need more hotels.
More hotels. So,
tourism.
But I believe there's a lot of potential.
I agree. I feel very strongly about Muskegon, the potential of Muskegon to be a world-class, medium-sized city here in Michigan, because you've got the airport, because you've got the lakeshore, because you've got already things, people are festivals and reasons why people are here. We do need to build some more hotels here so that more people can stay. I want to actually invest and grow in Michigan Adventure so that we actually make that a national destination.
Right.
People can fly into Muskegon, go there, stay overnight.
Exactly.
Cruise ships can come up from the Great Lakes and visit the park. I think that, look how Sandusky has really grown as a result of Cedar Point. So I'd love to see Michigan Adventure become a real economic growth incentive for the city too. And but I think Saginaw and Muskegon, more than anywhere in the state, to me, provide great opportunities to really grow our economies with all the ingredients you already have.
Wow. Jocelyn Benson in the studio. Rob, you got anything?
No, y'all doing well. I'm learning a lot. I didn't know this much about Jocelyn Benson. She's a firecracker, ain't she?
There's a woman here, Patsy Petty, who passed away a year or so ago, who when I first ran for office back in 2009, came up to me, became fast friends, and she taught me all about Muskegon. So I've been coming here for almost 20 years now, learning about how special this community is, how much attention and investment it needs from the state. And I'm excited to make real on that as governor and demonstrate to voters here, when you vote, when you turn out for Democrats, we will show up for you and we will get things done.
Have you endorsed any other candidates?
No, I'm just focused on getting our trifecta back in the state house, knowing that if we can elect at the state house level strong Democratic leaders, that enables us to get a lot done in the state, and it also helps us win those federal races too.
If you become governor, will we see a diverse cabinet?
Yes, it has to be.
You're not anti-DEI?
I cannot govern if we don't have representation from the beautiful demographics of the state at the table with me. That is how we solve problems together. And history is full of examples of when you don't do that, when you shut out groups, when you don't ensure every voice is heard, you don't make good decisions.
And these people are qualified. There's a stigma that if you see a black person there as a pilot, that he took a shortcut. But they all got to go through pilot school and take the test.
Because there is a licensing.
Well, that's why it's so important to empower Black and Brown leaders and leaders from all communities, so that we can demonstrate that leadership is real.
Yeah,
the qualifications are real. The leadership is there. So I want to not just ensure we have leadership from every community around the table, but that they're empowered to lead and lift others up as they rise.
So, do you need volunteers in Muskegon?
Yes. Well, folks can go to jocelynbenson.com to get involved in our campaign, sign up to volunteer, knock doors. We've got 3 months to go, less than 100 days until Election Day this fall.
Yeah.
A lot of voters to reach. Help me tell the story of how I, as governor, will show up for Muskegon to voters here in Muskegon. Let's get on those doors. Let's make those calls. Let's get this done.
When do you pick your lieutenant governor candidate? After the primaries?
Yeah, sometime in August.
You already kind of you got a short list already?
I've got some names I'm tossing around in my head. I've got some ideas.
You got some
I've
ideas.
had some conversations. But I want to make sure whoever it is can just basically help me get stuff done. And, I come at this as an executive, so making sure people can sort of, help me see different sides of an issue. I don't like surrounding myself with people who just say yes all the time, right? I want someone who's going to challenge me, who's going to teach me something, because we're a team. And so I'm looking for someone who tells the truth, who's reliable, who leads with integrity, who's committed like I am to uplifting the voices of the people. And there's a lot of great folks like that in the Democratic Party.
Well, so our big sister Karen Bowie Whitehouse, right?
My girl.
Yes,
Just recent newlywed.
Yes.
Got married a few months ago.
Living a good life right now.
Oh yeah, very good life.
and administering this primary election, doing incredible work.
And also took a lot of heat because of y'all president. I have a Ghana citizenship too, so I'm claiming John Muhammad in Ghana right now. But I just wanted to shout her out because I know that when you call, she pick up.
And same when she calls, I pick up. We're close friends. She's an incredible leader. And it's done. I mean, talk about grace under fire has really shown that even when the president of the United States tries to intimidate you, she did not bend. She just stood firm and said, I know Muskegon's elections are secure, and speaks and leads with the truth. And that's all you got. That's all you need.
Well, anything else you want to share?
I love Muskegon. And I'll come back here often, not just as I've done as Secretary of State, but as governor. And really grateful for you guys and getting that message out, but eager to hear from citizens. What do you need more from statewide leaders? What can we do to drive down costs, to grow this economy, to make it easier for small businesses to grow? How can we grow the economy in Michigan and in Muskegon? I'm really committed to doing that and making sure that we're doing everything we can to make Muskegon an economic engine for the state.
Last question. What's the big difference between you and John James?
I think this election is going to come down to who does the governor work for? Do you work for the highest bidder? Do you work for lobbyists? Do you work for Donald Trump? I mean, he's shown who he works for, and I think that's clear in Trump's endorsement of him. I work for the people. I've worked for the people as Secretary of State. I've uplifted people's voices in every way that I can throughout my career, and I'll continue to be a governor that serves the people, not the highest bidder, not lobbyists, not Donald Trump, the people of Michigan.
All righty. Shauna Evans says, I like her. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. During the general election, I hope you come back to Muskegon.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm coming back here like in 2 weeks.
Oh,
I'm here like all the time. I'm not going to buy a house. I want the airport to work so I can just fly in.
Yeah, we need Delta. Right. Tell them to get Delta.
I agree. 4 flights to Chicago a day. What's that? We need more.
We need some Delta.
Yeah, so I am, I love coming here. And I love the city. I really do. I really believe in it. But I'll be out here in a couple of weeks actually to tour Michigan Adventure with some of the new owners to talk about what the state can do to really make that a national or international destination and put Muskegon on the map.
You're already working as governor.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing my best. I'm Secretary of State, so I've still got a job to do. But I envision great things for Muskegon and excited to make them happen.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. See you soon.